Hi, Christine here at Christine's Craft Table, coming to you today to share great news. After a long search, I have found a shawlette pattern for my first project to complete my goal for my Make 9 for 2024. And that is the goal of using 9 yarns or 9 sets of yarns to make 9 projects in 2024 and use up some stash. Now, the first yarn I haven't had for very long, but I was excited to use it, so it's going to be the first up. And this yarn is called Noro Kiara, and there it is balled up. I had 3 hanks and I've already balled up all 3. So here's the label. Oh, I wonder if that's backwards. Well, Noro Kiara, and it's made in Japan. And it is 51% wool, 29% cotton, 10% silk, and 10% Angora. And thank you again, Judy at Judy's Creations in Crochet for giving me this yarn in a giveaway that she had in 2023 during Christmas. So I'm excited to use this yarn. I've actually already started because I found the pattern. It is a beautiful summery shawlette, and it's called Vintage Peach Shawl. The pattern is by Carmen Hefferman at Annie Design Crochet. Sorry, dropping things. And there's a tutorial on YouTube. That's how I found her. She also has the pattern for free on her website, and it just has ads. You can also buy it without ads in I think a PDF format on her website. So I will link all that below in the description box. But here's the shawl, and so far I have used up 1 hank and I have 2 to go. And yeah, there's close up. See, it's very light and summery, and it's working up really fast. So good thing. I am using a 6mm hook. I'm sorry, not 6. 4.25mm hook, a G hook. This is a boy ergonomic hook. Now, there's a few things I've noticed about the yarn that I thought I'd mention. And the first thing is it doesn't really glide very easily on my favorite hook, which is a prim hook. And that's why I had to go to the boy hook, because it's aluminum and the yarn works much more nicely with that hook. Now, somebody told me that if you took a dryer sheet and rubbed that on your prim hooks, that it would increase the smoothness and make your yarn glide more easily. So I haven't tried that yet. I will. I just found that out recently, so that's very cool. The other thing I noticed is about the yarn is it tangles very easily. So I wound up my ball by hand from the hank format, and yeah, it was a little bit of work. So, word to the wise, caution, it tangles very easily. It does frog very easily though too, which is a good thing, because I actually started with a different pattern and I didn't like the way it was working up. So I probably had about 10 rows and frogged very easily, so that was a good thing. The yarn colors I love. They're very bright, vibrant, and the transitions between colors are super smooth. You really can't tell. So you don't have to worry about color control because those transitions are just so beautiful and smooth. So really love the color. Another thing, well, the last thing that I wasn't crazy about is occasionally you run into these tufts of fuzz in the yarn, and they just kind of stand out a little bit. There's one right there. And then there's another one on this purple. Right there. So, I mean, maybe when you have your finished product and maybe once you block it and everything, it won't show up so much, but I'm just not crazy about those nubby things. They don't show up that often, so given the beautiful color, I'm not stressing about it too much, but just not something I'm crazy about. But something to be aware of with this yarn. Yeah, so make sure to subscribe to my channel if you want to see the finished product and hear my final thoughts about the yarn. I will be making another video when I finish. There's one other thing I wanted to talk about today, and that is my favorite poncho. This is something I made in June of last year, and I have worn it a lot over the summer and into the winter, but lately with the super cold temps we've been having, it hasn't quite been warm enough, but I'm sure I will be wearing it again soon because I love this shawl. It is a Bag O Day pattern, Crystal, Bag O Day Crochet. She's a great tutor, great designer, so easy to follow. So I highly recommend all of her patterns. Well, I haven't done all of her patterns, but all the ones I have done have been so easy to follow. And yeah, I can't say enough about her. She's a great tutor. So this is one of her patterns, and it's called Easy Poncho Autumn Stripes, pattern number 623, if you want to look for it on YouTube. It is a 4-point poncho, meaning you have points at the fingertips and points in the front and back. I used Yarn Bee Soft and Sleek DK, which is 100% acrylic. It is a well, DK, so 3-weight. And the colors I used were ivory, and I think I have an N that popped out there. Ivory, and this dark one is cedar, that is cloud control, and this one's linen. So those 4 colors. And then I did all of the fringe in the darker cedar color. The yarn washes really well. I wash it on cold, on delicate, and I just set it on my drying rack to dry, and it dries really fast and looks great. I have not noticed any pilling so far. You can see close up. And still super soft. The fringe is fun. I love the fringe on this. It was a pain to do. I think there were like over 1,000 pieces of fringe I had to put on, but so worth it. It is really fun and just adds to the warmth on your fingertips when it's on your skin. The whole shawl weighs probably no more than 11 ounces. Like I said, it's really light. And I made mine a little bit longer than hers. She did 31 rows total, and I did 36. I'm only 5 feet tall, so it comes pretty low on me, but I love it because when I sit down, it's like a little lap blanket on my knees. And yeah, so it's perfect for me. My dogs aren't crazy about it with the fringe, but it's so lightweight that it's easy enough to move out of the way or put behind me when I'm petting them. Yeah, I think that's about it. I just wanted to mention it because, again, I love her patterns, and this is one that I just adore. So, if you like the video, please don't forget to hit the like button, and I will see you again, hopefully. Bye for now.